Peace, God.
Peace to the God.
How you, God?
I'm studying 120 right now. Call me back at the God hour.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, the Mile High Club. How about those Nuggies? Paul's favorite team.
Timer.
Crazy.
There's only 10 of us left that haven't won an NBA title.
It's that many.
10 teams, including the Nets. We're not counting the ABA. So,
wow.
All right. So it's doable. Anyone can do it now.
Yeah, for sure.
So
what do we think? Were we surprised that it only took 5 or what?
Well, who picked 5?
I said 4.
Okay. Yeah, you had the
That's
sweep.
a
You had
4.
the sweep bet. Sorry that didn't work out for you. You missed by one game.
You can't win them all.
Can't win them all. So you weren't too far off. I said 7. I know that.
I think I said 6, not 5.
So Juice said 5?
I think he might have.
Okay.
Someone must have, right?
Yeah. Well, Juice won't. He may or may not be joining us. Shouts to
Patty.
Juice,
Happy birthday.
Juice's mom. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Gonna, they're out having a party. But yeah. So good call on Juice with the Nuggets in 5. And so much I want to get to here. So obviously the Joker, historic. I mean, do you throw him in there? One of the greats already. MVPs, finals, finals MVP.
I think. Do you start with, is he like the undisputed best player in the NBA right now? Which I would say yes.
Yes, I would say yes.
Yeah. So I think we were giving credit to Jokic way before, like a lot of other people. We always ranked them higher than the national pundits would say. So, yeah, man, I think he's definitely, like Adam said, the undisputed top guy in the league for sure. And it shows how much of a joker was that he didn't get the MVP.
Right. I mean, it's tough. Sure. It's tough to get 3 in a row. I mean, who's gotten 3 in a row MVPs?
LeBron, I'm sure did it. Right?
I want to say LeBron. I think LeBron had 4
in a row.
I think. Don't quote me on that.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's tough to do that, obviously. And if you actually look at the numbers, there is a slight drop off this year from the other 2 years with his numbers, especially points per game. I think at first in his career, he didn't want to score. Malone made him try and score. He did those 2 years like a lot, like was in the high 20s. I think he was in the low to mid 20s this year. And you could tell he just wants to be a distributor most of the time. But when he scores, I mean, he could do that too. He's just unbelievable. And he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care. Like is this whole, he just shrugs and, just does his job, and that's it.
Yeah, and I really think he might have had a chance at the MVP towards the end, but he just kept saying, I don't want the MVP, I don't want the MVP, and they totally lit off the gas, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Down the stretch of the regular season, just so they were ready for this moment, which, I mean, it worked out because they ended up winning the title, so.
Yeah, and you made the argument, they beat, 2 play-in teams, but, Suns have Durant and Booker, Lakers have LeBron and AD, these aren't, you know what I mean? These aren't
yeah, technically 3 play-in teams, right? Because the T-Wolves in the first round was a play-in team.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about that series.
3 of the 4
2 months ago.
3 of the 4 teams they beat were play-in teams, but you could only play the teams that are in front of you, and then I think they deserve credit for getting that number 1 seed because so many teams don't take the regular season for granted. I mean, they take the regular season for granted, and they take their foot off the gas. They're like, whatever, I'll finish 3rd, 4th. It doesn't matter. We just got to be healthy. But you get that 1 seed, and this is the road you get. You get the easiest road to the finals, and they took advantage. And they were never threatened at any point in the postseason. You know what I mean?
Right.
I guess the 2-2 series with the Suns, maybe you were kind of like, okay, maybe Phoenix has a shot here. But then they rolled the next 2 games, and there was no threat at any point.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we talk about
okay.
Jimmy Butler?
Yeah.
Like, is he what is going on with the media fawning over him? Like, what has he won?
Well, I know
it's amazing how
yeah.
quiet they get when he has a bunch of bad games in a row. His biggest, like, they just go quiet, and then, you know, he has one game where he pops off again, and then it's like, oh, you know, see Jimmy, like, it was bizarre.
Yeah,
the love that he was getting.
Well, they love
it's a little much.
Yeah, I mean, he is pretty marketable. I mean, he's in a lot of commercials. You know, he's in a bunch of Michelob commercials. Michelob's also corporations always have a lot of influence, right? Michelob's like the official beer, I think, of the NBA. So, I don't know. I just think it's kind of like it's somewhat correlated, the media and you know, Michelob talking to each other like, hey, you know, push our guy a little bit more. You know, we need to sell some beer here. So I don't know. That's just me, being me.
Yeah, I mean, if you take away that Buck series, I mean, his stats are pretty pedestrian.
Yeah. He's a very interesting guy. Obviously, the NBA hates that their best player is the Joker, right? I mean, they must. What do you say?
Like, that's clown stuff. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the constant, like, guaranteeing if, like, one of, like, these superstars kept on doing it, it's like the boy who cried wolf. It's just, it's comical at this point, you know?
Yeah. Oh, all the guarantees and stuff?
All the guarantees.
Oh, back to Jimmy.
Oh, yeah, we're going to win this one. You're going to win this one, and then they keep losing.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate all that. That was, remember Rex with the Jets? Every year it was like, we're winning the Super Bowl. And it was just like, by the fourth year, you're like, okay. Oh. Yeah, like, get out of here. Leave. So, yeah, I mean, that will get old soon. But yeah, I mean, you know, obviously, you know, I think the NBA probably wished, I don't know what they wished, honestly. But, like, hey, the Nuggets are they're one of the best teams we've seen in a while. They could be kind of like that next dynasty. And I don't know what the ratings were for the series. They probably weren't good. And yeah, I don't
know. I think with like all the gambling involved, I'm sure it was pretty good. And there wasn't much else going on TV.
That's true.
It didn't help that it was, you know, it was 3-1 and then 4-1. You know what I mean? It didn't help that it just felt like it almost felt inevitable.
I will say this: if you're a basketball purist, this Nuggets team, oh my goodness. Right? I mean,
yeah, fun.
Is there anything they don't do well? I mean, I know they didn't shoot the three well this series, but usually I think they're pretty good. They just play beautiful basketball, the way it's supposed to be played, really.
Yeah, I mean, Jokic is kind of like, he's like an entire system on his own.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, it's almost like he just props up your offense to a level where if you surround him with, I mean, he's just going to elevate everybody in the team. Like, even... Like, Murray's obviously a great talent, but the rest of those guys, I mean, Porter's a great shooter. I mean, Aaron Gordon was a good player in Orlando. Like, a lot of these guys, Bruce Brown was a good player in Brooklyn. But, like, I think everyone got elevated a little bit just playing off them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Malone finally gets his due. How long? He's been there for a long time, too. And they were patient with him. They didn't fight like, oh, you didn't win a title in 3 years. Like, you're out of here. And he's going to be there. He's going to be the longest tenured coach very soon.
Yeah.
Because Popovich will actually, I don't know, with Wemby, the greatest human being of all time, he might stay for 15 years still. But yeah, he's been there for a long, long time. He deserves it.
Wow. I can't believe it's been that long. Yeah, he was a former Knicks assistant, right? At one point back in the day?
I think so, because his dad was a Knicks coach, right?
Something like that.
Mike Malone?
I think so.
Brendan
Malone.
Brendan.
Yeah.
Brendan Malone. Yeah, Mike is obviously the coach,
Yeah.
So
and I think he grew up in Queens, or he's a New York guy.
He's likable.
Very likable.
The interviews,
definitely
post games, the way he talks to the players, I can see why a lot of players want to play for him and stay there too.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, they got a great thing going on. Great fans. I'm really happy for Jamal Murray. I don't know if you guys watched like after the game ended, when everyone's getting, like, the ceremony, when everyone's getting the awards and all that. And Jamal Murray broke down, obviously, and was crying. And I don't know. I was really happy for him, man. I've never had an injury that bad, so I have no idea what it's like. But I got to imagine it's, like, just awful. So depressing. Like, the worst.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't do anything. It's obviously very painful. You don't know if you'll ever be able to play again. That's probably the type of thoughts he was having. And to come back this way, it's amazing.
And they had a lot of, like, star player trades on the table that they kind of turned down.
Yeah.
I read one before they traded Kyrie to Boston. Cleveland could have sent him to Denver for Murray, which would have kind of changed. And at that time, Kyrie was, coming off that jump shot, the winning 3-point shot in the finals.
I've never heard this before.
Yeah. I think I read that today. I'll find the report and I'll send it to you guys. I forget what it's from, but I think it was pretty reputable. So it might have been The Athletic or something like that. So
Probably.
That was one of them. But I'm sure there was more of them, as the years went by, where, they could have probably got off them several different times and went a different direction, but they toughed it out and it paid off.
Wow. Huh. Interesting. But yeah, just seeing Jamal Murray, everyone was calling him Bubble Murray. I mean, you can't call him that anymore.
No.
Which begs the question, where do you guys rank this duo of Joker and Murray in the league? Are we
currently or all time?
Oh, currently. I mean, the all time. We don't need to go that crazy. Even though I do want to go that with Joker in a minute, but like just this duo in the league currently. Presently.
I think you've got to put them one just because of Jokic. Like, you have to put, like, as long as Jokic is one of the two in the duo, like, you have the best duo in the league because he's that good. And they mesh so well together because Murray is such, like, a nuclear scorer, and Jokic is so good at setting people up and setting screens and dribble handoffs and all that kind of stuff. So they just mesh on top of, like, how good they are. They just mesh so perfectly together. And it's like the old school inside outside thing versus, like, the newer school is like, let's get two wings. Like Tatum and Brown, for example. Like, this is a little bit of a throwback with, like, let's get the center and the guard and pair them together. Like the old, like, that was kind of the old way to do it. It feels like they're the team. Yeah.
Bingo, you nailed it.
That's the duo.
I never thought of it that way. Holy shit! Yeah, you're right. Obviously, Joker is. I mean, my best comp for him is probably like a Arvydas Sabonis, crossed with like a Bill Walton.
That's a good one.
But where are we putting Joker all time? You have to have the discussion at this point. I mean, he's putting up historic numbers. He's got 2 MVPs, a Finals MVP, a Finals. He's already way more accomplished than some bigs that we would have in the conversation potentially. So,
how about let's start with is he the best European player of all time? Like, how many European players are better? Or sorry, foreign? Any foreign?
Yeah, he has.
So who's at the top of that list?
Giannis.
You got
Dirk.
Giannis,
Olajuwon.
Dirk.
I guess if you want to go foreign, you got Olajuwon, Dirk,
Nash.
Nash.
How many MVPs did Hakeem have?
I guess Duncan is Virgin Islands. I think Hakeem had 2 MVPs and 2 rings, or 1 MVP and 2 rings.
2 rings.
Okay,
yeah,
2 rings.
2 titles.
Yeah.
2 titles.
2 titles.
And he only got 1 MVP, huh? Well, he played. I mean, with like Jordan and Magic and Bird and.
Right.
So that was tough.
I'm trying to think of other foreign players.
Honestly, I think this is the top 3. It's the Joker, it's Dirk, and it's Hakeem.
Wait, do we count Duncan, who was Virgin Islands, right?
Ooh.
Got to, yeah.
Oh yeah,
actually,
fuck you do. Why is he never?
It's
technically U.S.
All right, so let's not count him.
The U.S. Virgin Islands, right?
Yeah, let's not count him because he was like a Wake Forest guy for 4 years.
Yeah.
He also played. Yeah, he played in here for exactly.
Oh, he played high school here.
I think so.
Oh, high school, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, he was at Wake for 4 years, so.
Yeah. That which is crazy to think about. So yeah, I'd say Joker, Hakeem, Dirk, are in the those are I guess the top 3. Giannis is creeping right there, obviously.
What about Patrick Ewing?
He grew up in like the Boston suburbs or some shit.
Jamaica.
Yeah, I think you got to put Jokic ahead of him.
Oh, I would definitely still put Jokic ahead of him. Yeah.
Which is crazy, you know?
I guess you got to put Giannis.
Strength.
I guess you got to put Giannis in there because he's got 2 MVPs and a title.
Yeah. I think that's probably a dead heat right now, right?
Yeah. And then obviously Dirk and Hakeem. I think those are the 4. I'm not ready to call Joker number 1, but I guess you can make the argument with some of the statistics right now. It's
I'll go Hakeem 1, and then the rest of the 3 is like you can just pick any order.
Exactly. Yeah, I'd say that too because Hakeem I think is the all-time blocks leader. Which is saying something. The 2 titles, the MVP, the fact that he wouldn't he not drink water ever during games?
Oh right, yeah, I remember there was something like that.
Something crazy like that, or he would fast because he was Muslim. Right? So right. Ramadan. I don't know. Some shit like that. I'm probably butchering all this. But yeah, Joker's in there. And then the supporting cast. So who are they gonna lose next year? The Nuggets.
Well, they can't pay Bruce Brown.
So he's gone.
Because they don't have his bird rights. So the only thing they offer him is around $5 million a year, I think, and I think he's probably gonna make 15 to 20.
Oh yeah.
So he's gone for sure.
Okay. I'd love that for the Knicks. I'm sure you'd love him back on the Nets.
Yeah, I don't know. He probably has a sour taste in his mouth, so I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah, he's probably not going back there. But Knicks would be awesome. Would you want him, Paul? Did we lose Paul?
Bruce Brown? Hell yeah.
Oh.
Thibodeau guy, for sure.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But
also, we forgot about Pau Gasol.
That's a good one, too.
That's a good one. 2 titles. I guess he was all-star a few times, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at it now. He was a 4-time six All-Stars, 4 All-NBA, 3 Olympic medals, 1 World Cup gold medal. Yeah, I mean, he's really up there.
He's up
Tony
there.
Parker,
pretty
Ginobili.
Good. That's pretty good.
But I mean, obviously he didn't.
Those ones.
He didn't carry a team though. I mean, Kobe did, right?
No, Kobe.
Yeah, like these other guys are they were the guy, you know. But yeah,
I'm taking Jokic.
Yeah, and then I mean, he's. It's so funny. He's not trying to be. I feel like he's not trying to be funny or gain attention, but he just does because he's so dry and European. And the job is done. We can go home now.
That's it.
And I remember last year when he went home with the MVP. I don't know. He went into some. I think he was at some restaurant or in some cellar somewhere with 30 other men. Everyone's doing the kiss on the cheek, taking shots of something. It was just so chanting things, singing. It was just so what you think it would be, right?
Yeah.
And he probably loves that. Low key, just chilling. Whatever. So, gotta respect it.
His brothers are low key. The big one, especially.
Oh my god. Yeah, they like the attention, huh? Jesus.
Did they play basketball too or no?
They look like it. Played something. Those guys are monsters.
Yeah, I'd imagine they did.
Serbian rugby. Yeah, they're monsters.
Yeah. And then the Heat, I mean, what are they going to do? Dame? Is that official? He already made it known he wants to go there.
They went 2-7 in their last 9 playoff games.
Oh wow. You're right.
I wonder if any playoff team has ever done that.
You're right. That was pretty bad because they almost blew it to the seas.
It's incredible.
Yeah, actually, that's really bad. So they low key had a collapse,
Yeah.
After that run, but I mean, what obviously they're gonna do something big because this is now they've lost 2 finals in the last 4 years. Riley knows they need something else to get over that edge. So I don't know. They're getting someone big.
I know you said Dame, but I really think Dame's coming to the Nets, and I'm not just saying that. No, I really believe that.
You're convinced.
But here's my
state the case. State the case.
The only basketball game that Dame Lillard went to as a professional basketball player was that first Nets game in the playoffs when they were home,
which is weird.
He was hanging out with Bridges 3 or 4 times, And if you go back and you listen to that interview where he said Heat and Nets, like the way the guy placed the interview, it was kind of like he had to say Heat because like they're in the finals. You know what I mean? And then right away after that, he was like the Nets. They both have capable rosters. It just feels like he's angling for the Nets, in my opinion. And I don't think he's the type of guy that wants to jump on a finals team or wants to play maybe as the number 2 guy. I think he wants to be the lead guy. So that's why I'm thinking Nets.
So you're all in on that. You want him here.
Yeah, at this point, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, just give me a couple of years.
You want it for the tweet and
and
the jersey. And,
all of it. I want to go to Barclays and see this guy shoot 35-footers.
I mean, it's fun. It's fun. No, you're right. It's fun. Why not?
I don't want to watch Spencer Dinwiddie dribble it into piles and turn it over. You know?
Right, because that's not going anywhere either. So why not? No, I get it.
Yeah, just give me a guy. Yeah, give me a dark horse.
Yeah, and something else, and I've heard him say this before, is he's got his rap career. What better place to be than New York or LA?
Hey,
you know, for that. So yeah. I can see it.
Having said that about Dame, okay, what would be the ultimate matchup for this decade would be Heat culture against Kyrie Irving.
Oh, wow.
And they bring Kyrie Irving into that culture and fix him. Because if they pull that off, then it's real. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Oh, man.
That's something I have not thought about. But I feel like it has been rumored before. Like he's had the Heat.
It has.
On his list before, which I always found odd. Like, really? You want to go there? You want to do that? Interesting. But maybe he knows he like needs that low key, but I doubt it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, the fit is perfect, isn't it?
Yeah.
Miami, Kyrie. I can see it.
Like on paper.
Yeah, I mean the thing they were lacking probably the most was efficient shooting, I guess, right? They were lowest in the league in scoring.
Yeah, and maybe just like a secondary guy that created his own offense, or maybe the primary guy, honestly, on some nights. Yeah. Wow, that would be something, him to buy into that. But if they're gonna pay him, why not, right? maybe it's I don't know if they have the money. I don't know what Riley's gonna have. So they could cobble together the contracts to send to Dallas in a sign and trade, and maybe a draft pick to make it worth their while. So I don't know. Like if he's gonna leave Dallas, I think maybe Miami. I mean, at least Dallas could be like, hey, we'll take Duncan Robinson, a first round pick, and whatever you got if he's leaving anyway.
Oh, done.
Just so we have something.
Done and done. If you're the Heat, Duncan Robinson a pick and.
Yeah, and just salary filler, and then you got Kyrie and Bam and Butler, and you see what happens.
Gabe Vincent's a free agent too. Would the Heat be able to trade him like in a sign and trade? Does that work?
I would think that's possible too, right?
Yeah. So Gabe Vincent looked great.
Yeah, they're saying he's gonna get around $15 million a year.
15. Wow, it's aggressive.
Yeah,
these contracts get nuts.
They're nuts.
I think these GMs are so swayed by like a very small sample, especially on a winning team like that. Like if he goes to a bottom dwelling team, like what really is he?
Right?
Tough.
Yeah, he's just like an undersized guard that could maybe once in a while you're blown a bit.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, but I think the Heat. I'm sure they have a plan, but. They're still going to be hanging around. Zombie Heat, as they like to call them. So
just hanging around.
Just hanging around. What else from the finals did we?
Do we think Miami's the worst finals team of all time?
Oh,
I think we talked about it
previously. Yes. I'm glad you brought this up. So I brought up the 2009 Magic. That was
that's a good one.
Pretty brutal.
The Ray Ralston Magic.
Yes. Stan Van Gundy as the coach, Dwight Howard as their star,
Turkoglu,
Rashard Lewis, JJ Redick, Jameer Nelson. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's brutal. Who else did we say?
The Nets?
Yeah.
Oh
Put the Nets there.
Yeah.
The 2000 the first iteration of it, the 2002 Nets were probably right up there.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen a more guaranteed sweep than that Nets-Lakers game. Because the East was the Nets-Lakers series. I mean, the East was so weak at that point.
Yeah,
it was like the Nets were maybe the 6th or 7th best team in the NBA. Like, and the top 6 were in the West. So,
I think Philly with that Iverson team, and they got smacked by LA.
Yeah, lost in 5. Yeah,
that's another bad one.
You know, they stole that first game, but after that, it was like,
oh,
they didn't belong on the court.
No doubt about it. And people only remember the Iverson step over, and they didn't win a game after that.
Yeah, that's the fun. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but the '99 Knicks.
Yeah, I think they were better than this Heat team. Because I think because of the lockout, like that was why they were the 8th seed. I think if that season was a full 82, I don't think they would have been an 8th seed.
That's true.
And I think the Spurs were just so good.
Oh, they were.
That team was a beast.
That was ridiculous. We knew we had zero chance. Like it was like, that was a great run. That sucks.
Yeah.
Because Ewing was hurt, and there was
Ewing's
no way.
You got Duncan and Robinson.
Yeah. Chris Dudley was our center. Chris Dudley versus Duncan and Robinson. I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah. But I mean, there's definitely some bad ones out there, and what else do we want to get into? I mean, anything else? Off-season Zion? What's going on with this Zion shit? I mean, he just.
I think the Pelicans might be like, man, this is getting too much with him.
Yeah.
The injuries, the off the court. It's not
this
like
guy's
he didn't do anything.
Really horny, also.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he's what, 22?
Yeah, no, I don't blame him. I feel like he's doing what a lot of people
At
that age with a lot of money would do.
100%.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't break any laws. Like it's just like he's just in the news for all the wrong reasons. It seems all the time now. So
that's the thing. Yeah. So I saw. Was it one of you guys sent it? Possibly. Trading Zion to the Hornets for the 2nd pick for Scoot.
Yeah, that's from Shams.
That was from Shams. You did say that. Yes.
Steve.
So that's legit.
Yeah, I mean LaMelo and Zion. I mean, if you're Charlotte, I mean, at least you're going to sell tickets, but that's kind of risky.
Well, yeah, I'm saying it's a legit rumor.
For sure.
If it's coming from Shams. LaMelo and Zion. Yeah, Zion. I mean, he's a South Carolina boy. Maybe going back. Well, I don't know. Going back home doesn't always mean it's going to be a blessing. I think he needs more than just a change of environment, so to speak. It's tough. It's crazy that RJ, is kind of like, the best guy from that draft right now.
Did you see Tommy Beer
talking
about trading RJ? I think a pick and Grimes for OG Anunoby.
You sent that. So you sent that earlier. I didn't see what you sent though. They didn't talk about what the trade would be.
So in the comments, he responded to somebody with like a link to his article, what the package would look like, and I didn't see. I was like, whoa! I thought I'd give like OB and a pick, maybe like something else, but why would you give up RJ for OG? RJ's better.
Yeah, RJ and Grimes and a pick? Are you kidding me?
No.
For a 3-and-D guy? No.
I'm not even giving up RJ.
Yeah. No way.
OG's really highly regarded by a lot of people.
I know.
I maybe it's the defense. Maybe we don't watch him enough, but he did make first team All NBA defense.
It's amazing. This Raptor team, everybody loves, but they suck.
Exactly.
I know.
I was just going to say that.
We've talked about that so many times, right? Like everyone loves every player on the Raptors, yet they suck. It doesn't make sense. It's weird.
Yeah, can they win a round?
Yeah,
it's bizarre.
I know that Kawhi team. It's like people are just captivated. But I mean OG, he's injury prone. Why does he want out of there so bad? Maybe it's because Siakam and Fred VanVleet were getting all the touches. Well, if he comes to the Knicks, you got Brunson and Randall getting the touches, so you'd be in the same spot, right? I mean,
yeah.
So I don't.
The other thing with OG is at the end of this, if you trade for him, at the end of this season, you have to sign him.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's probably in the new CBA. I don't even know how it's going to go, but how much is he going to cost? 150 million?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know about him. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I liked it earlier in the season, but I don't know if he's really, gonna, garner that kind of pick, that kind of return. Nah.
DiVincenzo, KP, I'm good.
Yeah. But what's KP gonna? I mean, what's he gonna? I saw people going a little nutty with that too. So
with his contract?
No, like a trade for him. Like I saw someone say.
I thought is he restricted free agent? Or,
no,
or
he's unrestricted.
He's unrestricted.
Oh, so he's unrestricted. So sign him.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know why.
You could do a sign and work out a sign and trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless the shed salary, get rid of like Fournier, a pick,
right.
Obi, something like that.
Right.
Yeah, bring him home.
Yeah.
He's opted out of $30 billion.
Wow.
So he's gonna want
I don't know
more.
if that's because he wants a longer deal with less money, or he's going to want more than 30. I don't think he's going to get more than 30, right?
Right.
I
mean, if he lets it be known that he wants to be in New York, I'm sure they'll be able to figure out a way to get him under the cap.
Yeah, it seems like it's going that way. I'd want one of the Wizards on the Knicks, whether it's KP, Beal, or Kuzma.
But like what Adam's saying with that, his money is so high, it kind of hand ties you for
the Beal?
a really long time. Yeah, his contract.
Yeah,
massive. It's massive.
Like $60 million, like 5 years from now.
Oh, he's like one of those stupid deals. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he got $250,000 on his extension. $250 million, I should say.
Unbelievable. But what was it? Bill Simmons and Russillo, they're convinced he's going to the Sixers. That Harden's gonna, go to Houston, and Beal to the Sixers. Apparently, him and Embiid are pretty tight, and I don't know. I think that could be
definitely see it.
I could see that almost being a better fit. I don't know, but yeah, we'll see. One thing I forgot to mention just came back to me, going back to the finals. So Stan Kroenke has now won 4 titles with 4 different sports.
Rams, Avalanche
last year. Yep.
Good for him.
Rams, and what's the other one?
And the other one is the lacrosse team, the Denver whatever. The NIL.
We'll count it.
What's that?
We'll count it. Lacrosse. Why not?
Yeah. And that's all in the last 3 years. So, is he the GOAT owner? I mean, is there any other owner who has anything like this?
How did he get his money? What's he do?
I think he's in development, built I don't know. He builds buildings. I don't know. He's like a developer of some sort. I think. Don't quote me on that.
I thought I saw something I don't know. It could have been wrong. He married into the Walmart family or something.
Oh
no,
really?
I think that's the Broncos owner, right? Am I wrong?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. How did Stan Kroenke make his money? Thank you, Google.
The name just sounds rich.
He owns around
Stan Kroenke.
Yeah, real estate guy. So he's significant landowner with over 1.5 million acres of ranches across the U.S. and Canada. He owns around 60 million square feet of real estate and many shopping plazas near Walmart stores. That's weird.
Okay.
Okay, so there we go. I mean, there's a little connection.
Walmart connection.
Okay. This is according to sportskita.com. I don't know, never heard of it.
Nice.
Good for him. Oh, I guess he also is part owner of Arsenal Football Club.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Jesus Christ. So
soccer. Okay.
Yeah, and the Colorado Rapids. The Rapids are the lacrosse team. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so all he needs is Arsenal now, and yeah. Jesus Christ. That's unbelievable. He's the GOAT.
Great
GOAT
name
owner.
for a Colorado Rapids. I like that name for a team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's relevant.
Yeah, it sounds real good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Smooth.
Yeah. But what else with NBA are we hearing? Anything?
I want to mention one more guy for the Knicks, Bojan, old friend of the Nets, Bojan Bogdanovic.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
I like it.
Or
40% shooter, can handle it a little bit. I like that.
I would love it. What's his deal? He's a free agent?
I think he's got like 1 year. I think they're trying to get a pick for him.
Okay. Yeah, done. Do it. Scoring wing. Feels a need.
Oh, he would help so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, him or a Dante would be perfect. And then like a KP. I mean, I'm good to go with all that. That seems almost too easy. No?
Yeah, perfect fit.
Signing one of the, signing both, two of those guys, or trading for one of, I don't know. I mean, this should be.
I don't think
a no-brainer.
I don't think Obi's gonna be here.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling about him.
Because if Randall's here, he's just no room for him.
Yeah. Unless he's just,
and then
unless they're content with him being like their 8th or 9th guy.
Which we are, but then obviously he's unhappy. But then you can't just let him walk for free. You either kind of have to do it now, or you get nothing for him after one more year.
Right.
It's tricky.
Do you think there's any chance or no?
Any chance of what?
With who?
They trade Randall?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. His contract's too good. With that production.
That, and it's what Juice always brings up too, is how just the franchise like loves him.
Right.
Like he's so tight with Leon and Wes, and then obviously, just the way ownership treats him, and he can kind of get away with murder.
Did you guys see the Mitchell stuff with the Knicks? Maybe potentially.
I did.
The Mitchell with possible something.
But like, what's the deal with like? What's the like? What was kind of like?
He's not.
Yeah.
Basically, like Cleveland, they have to trade him, or else they're just not going to get anything from him in a couple of years. So either do it now, a year from now, but he's not. He's coming to New York one way or the other. I think in a couple of years.
Yeah,
he wants to be here,
doesn't it?
So obvious.
It's so obvious. Was it next summer? It's up.
I think that.
Yeah, if that's next summer, that's so fast. After trading, if you're like Cleveland, trading all that stuff just to get like a year and maybe 2 years out of Mitchell, like that's real. That's a tough one to swallow.
It couldn't go any worse for them this year. We'll see what happens next year, but to lose to the team he wants to go to, like in embarrassing fashion too, like. Yikes.
Yeah, and Mitchell got outplayed for the guy that the Knicks got instead of Mitchell.
Right. So
I don't think it'll happen this summer, but the next summer it'll heat up.
Yeah.
Especially if the Cavs, if they don't make a run.
Right. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a deadline, if they're just like, okay, no, we got to get something for this guy. Like we gave up so much for him. We're fucked. Like no one wants to come to Cleveland. Let's be honest. He's at
the Met Yankee game tonight.
Yep. Oh yeah. No, he
loves it. He loves it here.
He's new. Yeah, he's all about he's New York. I do know he does have a slight interest in Miami though. So don't be surprised if there's something there. But I don't know. I think
it's funny. The one thing I'll say, I feel like back in the day when you traded for the superstar, you won the trade every single time, and I feel like it's the opposite now.
Yeah,
like all these teams that are trading 4 or 5, which is another reason why I'm which is one reason why I'm a little reluctant to do the Dame thing. Like all these teams that have traded 3-4 picks for a guy, it just hasn't seemed to work out at all. The Suns trade a bunch of picks for KD, and they look like they're stuck. And then Minnesota trades a bunch of picks for Gobert, and they're stuck. Before that, the Nets traded a bunch of picks for Harden, and now they're stuck. And it just keeps going. And look at Cleveland now. Cleveland traded 3-4 picks for Mitchell. They're kind of stuck. Yeah. And then if you look at Atlanta traded 3 picks to get DeJounte Murray, and now they got to figure some stuff out where they're looking to maybe get off that deal because they can't afford to pay him. So it just seems like that has kind of flipped on itself. So I don't know. That's another thing to watch, I think, going into the offseason is if you're going to trade 3, 4, 5 picks for one of these guys, like it's probably not going to work out for you.
It has worked though. That's I guess the problem. Obviously, it worked for it worked for the Raptors with Kawhi.
Yeah, great. Yeah, good point actually. Yep.
And it worked for the Lakers with AD.
Yeah, very true actually.
Yeah, so it has worked. Am I missing another example?
Yeah, I think I'm just for me. I think it's just the immediate recency. Like the last 2-3, have been bad. And I do feel like the last couple of years, like it used to be 2 picks, 3 picks. Now it's like 4 picks, 5 picks.
I know.
You know what I mean? So like if you're the Nets, and you're gonna give up 5 picks for Lillard, who's 30 something. Like it seems kind of crazy. But I mean, I guess we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
But you need a superstar to win a title, so that's the flip side of the argument.
Right. Yeah. But the Nets, I mean, they may have to. They're gonna have to try and get if they get Dame, they're gonna have to try and get a third guy somehow.
Yeah, they have to figure out a way to reserve enough because I think they have like 11 picks in 8 years or something like that. So if you're gonna give 4 up, you got or 5 up, you got to figure out if you're ready to give up another 3-4 for another guy like a Siakam or something like that.
Right.
And then if you do that, are you even like where are you? You know what I mean? Like, are you a contender? Are you like a fringe contender? So
yeah,
I don't know. They got some stuff to think about. I think they don't have to rush. I mean, I would like to see a competitive team next year, but they're not obligated to do this.
Absolutely. So yeah, we'll watch and see all of it. It's gonna start heating up like now, right? When's free agency start?
July, early July.
Is it before or after the 4th? I feel like it's always like that weekend or something.
Maybe maybe like right then.
Like right before it. I feel like it's July 1st. So I mean, I guess we got a few weeks still, but we'll start hearing the rumors.
I have a feeling this draft is going to be one of the craziest drafts in recent memory.
If Shams is indeed right about Pelicans trading Zion to trade up to get Scoot, and obviously Spurs are gonna draft Wemby, and then seeing
I mean the Blazers are shopping that pick,
that too
or Dame.
Wow, can you imagine if the 2nd and 3rd picks are both like traded?
Yeah, that would be nuts.
That would be fun. Yeah, we'll see. Do the Knicks get in the fray with the draft?
I think they're working out a lot of people, so I think they
are
get a pick at the end of the round, end of the first round or early second. It seems like maybe they'll like. Can you still do that? You can kind of like give cash for a pick to a
second round picks.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that they're definitely going to get in somehow.
Right. And
maybe use some of their like surplus picks in the future and get in if they like somebody.
Yeah. I know they like Andre Jackson Jr.
Yep.
The Amsterdam, New York kid.
Where's he projected?
He's early second, late first. A lot of scouts love him. They love him.
So he's right in that sweet spot where they would maybe trade in. So I don't know who else they're linked to. Do you know anyone else?
That's all I saw.
Yeah.
That they scouted him for a couple workouts, and they were at the combine really going after him. So
perfect fit.
Yeah, Leon's cooking something.
Yeah, perfect fit. So, Adam, are you going to go?
No, I couldn't find anyone to go with me. Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. Mike didn't want to go?
Nah, he's got that golf outing the next day, so.
Oh, right.
I get it. That's
yeah.
I'll just watch it in my house.
Shouts to chipping for charity.
Yeah. I think there's still time to sponsor anyone out there.
Yeah, wish I can get out there. It's Gigi's birthday, so can't do that.
Oh,
but
Gigi. Happy birthday.
Yeah, the big 3.
3 going on 13.
3. You said it, bucko. Enjoy it, Adam. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
No, it's all good.
So draft is 2 weeks, right?
It's next.
No, this Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Yeah, not tomorrow. Next Thursday. 8 days. 8 days.
8 days. We're a week away.
So let's get like our one prediction, and do you think any big trades happen?
I'm gonna say the Zion one because Shams reported it.
Yeah, so it's got to be smoke.
I'm gonna say Dame Nets on draft day.
Woo! Okay. And Paul, what do you say?
I think Wemby for Quentin Grimes. I don't know. I don't think there's any other stars that they're really. Yeah, I was gonna say Dame. So.
Okay.
Wait, let me give you one. Let me give you one more. The Dallas trades the 10th pick for sure. I'd bet on that.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
if those guys do that, which should have been the Nick pick, fuckers.
The 10th
Yeah,
pick
that pick is gone.
and they get like a player, not like a star, but like sort of star.
Just like for a player,
like an all-star. You can get an all-star for 10.
Yeah,
for
maybe
10th
not
pick.
even. Maybe like a borderline all-star.
Okay, interesting. Any names you thinking, or you just throwing that out there?
Let me think of a name. How about John Collins?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's your guy.
Someone like that.
That's your guy. Yeah.
That level.
I like
someone
it.
that like around that level, you know?
I like it. That's a good deal. Done. Good fit with the Mavs.
I think Brandon Miller drops. Something's gonna come out.
Yeah, I think so too.
Something's up with that.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna drop.
Yeah, it's not good.
Also, I'll say I think both of these twins are going to be busts.
Yeah, the twins.
They both like MKG.
I never heard of him until like 2 weeks ago. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I saw the one brother that's supposed to be the shooter. I saw him shooting jump shots. Like his jump shot is so broken.
Oh, I did see that clip. Yeah, it's really awkward.
Yeah.
He shoots it from like his right below his chest.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Interesting.
No,
Okay.
that's not gonna fly in the league.
Where was I? Yeah, so speaking of Mike, you feeling all right?
About his trip?
Yeah. He had a party, huh?
You mean weekend at Mike's?
Weekend at Mike's.
Yeah, so tell us about the trip.
I mean, it's a really cool city for sure. It's tiny. I don't know if you guys have been to Austin before.
Austin,
Yeah,
Massachusetts?
Austin, Massachusetts, yeah.
No, I've actually never been to Austin, Texas. I need to get there though, I know.
Yeah, it's fun.
Out here.
It was a good time. But Asheville, yeah, it's the downtown's very small, but there's like no business there. It's literally everything is breweries, restaurants, bars, like little antique shops. Like that's it.
It's like touristy. That's basically like the industry.
For sure.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely. And it's insane how many breweries they had like right next to each other. I don't know how they compete with each other, like who's the best, but that's what they do down there. It's just barbecue, beer, golf, and like they have some like art district stuff too.
Yeah, it seems that way. Kind of hipsterish.
But yeah, absolutely. And they said it's growing for sure.
How
I
was
never
the food?
heard about it. It was amazing.
Yeah, the food looked amazing. The
like,
pics looked incredible.
Like you think like we have like good food, like no. It was unreal down there, and they had everything. I didn't see any Italian spots though, or Greek. That was the only two I didn't see. Ton of Indian, ton of Asian, like everything you could imagine. But yeah, the barbecue, it's something like I never had before being down there.
Oh yeah, they don't fuck around. Yeah,
it was unbelievable.
The closest I've seen, like barbecue wise, the closest I've seen up here to like the South is you ever been to Hometown in Brooklyn in Red Hook? Hometown barbecue.
I've heard of it. No.
Yeah, it's like a known spot. I think they go there and fuck that delicious. It's incredible though. It's really like the South. But
It's one of those big spots, or is it like
Yeah, it's
that
decently big place. It's right near the Fairway in Red Hook. I'm not sure if you know where that is, but
yeah. Okay.
But yeah, no, Asheville looks sick. Looks like you guys had a great time. Did Ryan swallow his own cum?
No, that did not. Not that I know of.
Okay. Good. That's good.
How was the golf?
Shouts to Succession.
The golf was
tell us about
fun.
your first golf experience.
So, I haven't golfed since I was 13 years old in Kiwa. It was like a really tough course that my dad took me to when I was 13.
Oh, jeez.
So, and it was tough. Like I was like shot by like the fifth hole. I just didn't want to play anymore.
Right.
So I was like, this sucks. Like, and then, but it was funny because we had to like pick teams, the night before, and everyone's picking. Oh, we're gonna pick. Everyone's like, oh, okay, I'm playing, but like, I can't be on Paul's team. Like, we're gonna lose. So I took it personal.
Nice.
I was like, it was like half joking, but it was like, oh wait, But I was like, fuck this. Like, I'm an athlete. I can do pretty well. So I did a lot better than I expected.
Yeah, you can hang.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
because
it.
When I saw everyone else like shanking their first shots, I'm like, this is what you guys are proud of?
You guys play all the time. What the fuck?
No,
That's great.
no, but they're good though. They're good.
Yeah,
All the guys that play. It's a really tough sport.
it is. It is. I only play a few times a year. I probably could play more since my father and father-in-law both are obsessed, but I don't know. I just don't have that love for it right now. Maybe as I get older I will, but right now, a few times a year, I'm good. And I'd rather play 9 holes than 18, to be honest. Get in, get out. Because how long did it take you guys to play?
It is pretty long.
Crazy long, right?
Pretty long.
4 hours?
By
5?
the time you're at 9, you're like, oh, like there's 9 more? It definitely goes. It goes a lot slower. The last 9, I think, it's about 5 hours it took. So
yeah, because you guys are drinking and shit.
I didn't really drink too much when I was playing. I had like 3-4 seltzers. Like I was trying to focus on like actually like learning how to hit the ball. You know,
you were focused, yeah.
And like I wanted to learn like what clubs to use in like certain areas. So the pitching wedge is impossible. Like trying to get it onto the green from.
Oh yeah, that's
that
by far the hardest thing to do in golf. Yeah,
it's so hard.
100%. Yeah.
But putting, yeah, it was getting better at the end. I think Pop gave legit hit a 400-yard drive. Even more. We couldn't find the ball. It was on I think a 450 like par 5.
Okay.
And like Josh and Rob were on the green, and Pop just went. And he said like they saw the ball hit the green, and then we couldn't find it.
Holy fuck!
Yeah,
that's incredible.
That's like Happy Gilmore shit.
Yeah, it was nuts. It like went over all the trees. They didn't believe that it was a tee shot, but it was 100%.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, it was a bomb.
So was that like the highlight of the round?
For us, yeah, because like they were so far in front of, like we didn't really see the other teams like shoot as well.
Yeah.
And luckily the guys that were behind us, they were older, and like everyone down there is so nice. Yeah. Like just asking like questions, like giving tips out of, like they were, they didn't care. They weren't rushing us at all. So that was good. I heard, some people could be real like assholes about it if you're not really going up to speed with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. That makes I've heard that.
Absolutely.
So,
I've been like, basically, on the course, and you're yelling back and forth at people like, hey, wait, or like, they're yelling at you.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Yeah. That's like one of the other reasons why I wasn't like so like thinking about going all the time, because I feel like there's so many like etiquette rules that you have to do like unspoken. I don't know about this shit. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Exactly. But that's it's fun. And what was the best brewery? If you had to pick, was there one that stood out, or not really? They're all kind of the same.
They're very similar. I think the first one we went to was called Wicked Weed.
Yeah.
So it had like a lot of stuff with like, obviously pot like involved, that type of vibe, like a lot of artwork.
Nice.
And it was huge. It was outdoor, indoor, and 2 levels for each spot. So it could hold like probably a couple thousand people, maybe.
Okay. Oh wow.
Like they're massive, yeah. And then we did the trolley on Saturday.
Yeah, that looked fun.
You saw that?
Yeah. Singing.
I think
those
the whole,
those bike bars are so fun. I did one in Dallas when we went out for any time. It was such a blast.
They have that in
really fun.
They have that in Troy up here.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. I've never done it, but yeah, they have it here.
Yeah, so like we're going through downtown, and it's 10 guys like singing Queen. It was
and Backstreet Boys.
Quite the sight. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
One thing I noticed though, the food prices are not like that cheap. I thought it'd be a lot cheaper. It's not. Pretty similar to here.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, I believe
it was very similar.
I believe it. It's like that in Wilmington too, which is
was the steak place expensive? The proper?
It was cheaper than I'd say New York, but
that
everything
else.
Like,
by the way, that was awesome.
That was really good.
Wait, which one?
Really good. was Proper, the steakhouse.
Oh yeah, the food you guys were sending, looked remarkable.
And the first place we went to, Josh, he'll be able, I'm sure, to tell when he's back on. Joe Shep, was it Shep's, right? His boy from Manhattan.
Yeah.
So his younger brother is the sous chef at this place that we went to, Jargon.
Oh no, that's awesome.
So it's like it was pretty bougie, a little fancy. We had an outside table, like down in the patio, and right when we sat down, Josh knocked over like a glass candle on the wall.
Oh no!
So it's like so quiet there, and then take out, and then boom, it goes down. Everyone just got completely silent, and then we started like a Josh chant, and the whole like restaurant started chanting it too.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I'd say 30 minutes later, Rob comes back for the bathroom, and there's the candle on the other side of the wall. Same thing, same exact thing.
Oh,
so yeah.
That's amazing. He probably
the waiter's
liked
like,
you guys.
"What's going on?" Yeah, but it wasn't like. First of all, it was their fault. They had these candles like on like these little racks right behind the chair, and it was so tight. It was a stupid spot. Yeah. But the food there was good. The most exotic food we had was fried pig ears.
Ooh. Oh yeah, Mike sent me a picture of that. It looks good.
I tried it. It was good. It was they put like a lot of like sesame on it with kind of like a soy ginger, like sauce. It was like Asian, but like mixed with like like a fried meat, right? So it was good though. Very chewy.
Okay.
Over under 3.5 bars and restaurants Mike slept in.
Oh, it was every single one.
Everyone.
Not everyone. No, he was.
Hammer the over.
Though, like he's never fully out. Like he's back. He doesn't fall. If you offer him a drink, he'll still take it no matter what, and he'll finish it. And he hits like his bottom is good because it doesn't get like bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
he's not like too sloppy.
He's drunk and passes out, and that's it. It's good.
And like he has like a good vibe about him, so no one's like giving him a hard time that doesn't know him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
like never looking to start a fight or anything like that.
Exactly. So he's chilling. He's vibing out. I wish I could fall asleep like that.
Just amongst everyone, yeah.
Yeah, it's an ability.
Yeah.
It's an ability.
It's an ability.
I love it.
Skills. Special skill. Awesome. That's great.
Easy flight. Like an hour 15 minutes.
Yeah. And you got the mountains there too, right?
Yeah.
The Smokies.
Yeah. You don't realize you're in there though. Like when you look around, there's not like a lot of mountains.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's a little farther west, I think, but not by much. The most of North Carolina is really flat, so. But I know that area.
How far are you from like Myrtle Beach over there?
Oh, that's really far.
I think far because this is like super west.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really west.
It's the most west in the state. Yeah.
So
you're like way inland. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's an hour from Knoxville. Like you're right on like the Tennessee border.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, you're probably like an hour from Charlotte, and then 2 hours or so from Raleigh, and then maybe like 5 hours from Wilmington. So that'd be like 6 hours from Myrtle Beach, probably.
Okay, that makes sense.
I didn't realize it. It's a pretty big state.
It is. Yeah, and you get a little bit of everything in that state, kind of like you do in New York.
Absolutely.
You can get beach, you can get mountains, you can get just flat lakes, stuff like that. So.
No pizza. I didn't try the pizza. You didn't see any pizza.
That's
places
there. That's the only thing you're really not going to get great of in North Carolina is Italian food pizza. I mean, I've had it in Wilmington. It's decent, but it's tough to. And DeFares has a spot in Raleigh actually.
Who does?
DeFares in Brooklyn, famous place.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, they opened up a one in Cary. Cary's like a popular like Raleigh suburb. They opened up one there.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's tough to get. It's tough to get good Italian anywhere but the Northeast. in parts of the
Yeah.
Midwest, you know?
Ton of Japanese though.
Ton of Japanese, okay.
A lot of Japanese. Yeah, I was kind of
Interesting.
surprised by that.
Huh. Interesting. And there's probably good Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no complaints about the food. It was
All right.
pretty good.
Pretty good. All right, cool. What else? Trump indictment? What happened with that? I didn't see anything about it.
That news dropped like when we were away.
Yeah, I
Obviously,
sent it to you,
we weren't
yeah.
really paying attention.
Yeah.
But it sounds pretty serious. Like if I were him, I'd be a little nervous for sure.
What was the vibe out there about that?
It's very liberal. Very liberal.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
Asheville?
Yeah.
Yeah, Asheville's blue.
It's
Yeah.
super like
Yeah. That's like, I mean, if I'm being honest, pretty much every city, even in red states,
that's
is
true. Yeah.
blue. It's just, I don't know how it became that way, but it just is what it is.
Like there's a lot of people from like not many people were from there. Like all of our Uber drivers that I met, like they're New Orleans. They're all from like Louisiana. They came up here after Katrina. Yeah, there's just a lot of homeless people there though. They said they have a big fentanyl. Obviously, I guess that's everywhere, but it seemed a lot more in your face, kind of, because when we were first arriving, the Uber driver was like, "Oh, this is like the richest part of the, state or something." Blah 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 blah. And then we literally drove by a soup kitchen with like a mile long line where it was like you could tell like it was drug addicts. You know what I mean?
Well,
Wow.
You're pretty much on the brink of Appalachia, which can be argued is the worst of the opioid epidemic and fentanyl epidemic.
Really?
Oh yeah, Appalachia, West Virginia and Ohio and Pennsylvania and Tennessee.
That's kind of like where it started, right?
Yeah. Well, if you watch that movie, that movie, it was on Hulu about the Sacklers. Dope Sick, yes.
Yeah, I did watch that.
Yeah, so like a lot of it was centered in that Appalachia area, where it's like the old, it's like those old towns, like part of the Rust Belt. The town has the factory. Everyone works at the factory. They close the factory. Town goes to shit. No one has jobs. Everyone resorts to drugs. It's depressing. So you're not too far from that. Like a lot of people who live in those towns, they go to Asheville because it's like maybe the closest city, and they just live on the streets. And yeah, it's awful.
And it's interesting because the tour guide on the Charlie bike thing, he was giving like history of the city, and she's like, okay, it was in a very big depression from the early 30s to the late 80s, and we were like that's more than a depression. That's like
it's pretty brutal.
So like everything was completely boarded up, and they're finally still like working on a lot of like buildings down there and houses. But that long. I guess it was just like a wasteland.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah,
like post World War Germany.
Yeah. There was probably some sort of industry there. They closed it. Everything went to shit, and then took forever to, to come back to it. I started watching. I get in these like YouTube, K-holes or whatever you want to call it, where I'll just watch multiple videos because they're short, whatever. And I discovered this not show, but like this YouTube show, whatever, called Joe and Nick's Road Trip. So this guy, he and his girlfriend or wife, whatever, they drive all over America, and just like they drive through all these like cities and towns and whatever, and mostly like cities like that, not like Asheville, but like worse. So like they went through like Gary, Indiana, and East St. Louis, Illinois, and Jackson, Mississippi, and Camden, New Jersey. And dude, we all watched The Last of Us, right? Like.
It looks like that, right?
I'm not even kidding. Those 4 cities I just mentioned look exactly, like post-apocalyptic, like no businesses, no people, abandoned houses, abandoned buildings, abandoned skyscrapers.
It's crazy.
It's the scariest, eeriest thing ever. Those 4 cities in particular. If you want to check it out, I'm giving these guys some publicity here.
What was the name again?
I'll text it to the group chat, but it's Joe and Nick's Road Trip. It's just something like if you have nothing, this guy just drives around and just shows you. And they show you some good parts of the city too. Like when they're in Gary, he goes to the Michael Jackson house because the Jacksons grew up in Gary, Indiana.
We're from there.
Yeah. So the house is like all decorated, and it's a big thing. That's like
cool.
That's like their big site. But and then he goes to Detroit and some bigger cities. And Detroit's interesting because the downtown seems like really nice, and then once you get in the outskirts, you've seen the clips, obviously. So.
Oh, and it's like everything is probably foreclosed on.
Yeah.
Boarded up.
Yeah, houses are like
not on my list. Not on my list of places.
Yeah, it's pretty. But if you want a house, $10,000. Cheers.
Yeah.
Section
8.
Section 8. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway. All right. Good shit. Think we anything else? Or are we gonna cover everything there?
So let's hope Juice is having a great dinner with his mom.
Yeah. I wish she sent us some pics, but whatever.
Big happy birthday. Big happy birthday for the dinner.
Happy birthday.
Where was he going? He didn't say, right?
He didn't even say. Yeah. The fuck. Anyway.
What the hell, man? We'll find out.
All right.
Later.
Take care.
Peace.
Later.
You're welcome. You're welcome.